right, it's Way Up. I'm Angela Yee, and Candace from Real Housewives of Potomac is here today.
Hello.
Hello, and let's get into some Yee tea.
Yes.
All right, Don Lemon, according to reports, he had some things that he wanted from Elon Musk in order to be able to do his show on X that he was supposed to do, but it has since been canceled.
Yes.
Now, one of the wish list of demands that he had was a free Cybertruck. All right. He also wanted to launch into orbit to do the first ever podcast from outer space.
Okay.
And the other things that he asked for was a $5 million advance, as well as an $8 million base salary, equity in the company, and veto power over the site's news content policies and its roster of creators.
Uncle Don. I mean, if you don't ask, you're not going to get it. I applaud him for putting himself out there, but Uncle Don, it's a bit much.
He also, they said, requested a private jet ferry him and his partner to Vegas for a tech conference. And they had to also pay for the plane and also for a stay at a hotel on the Strip, amongst other things.
This is why you don't tell people how much money you have, because we know how much Elon has. So now Don is pushing the envelope.
Although, you know, Elon wants you to know he's the rich. He wants to be the richest man, and he wants you to know that.
Well, that's why people are asking to go into space on your dime.
If you guys recall, Don Lemon did actually do a full interview with Elon Musk. Elon Musk was like, normally I wouldn't have done this, but because he was supposed to be on my platform, I did it.
Right.
And Don Lemon has since posted this full interview, and some of the snippets had made their rounds last week.
Yes.
This was one where you can see Elon is definitely annoyed by the questions.
Yes.
So you said if they kill the company, it's them. But doesn't the buck stop with you?
Choose your question carefully. There's 5 minutes left.
Okay, but so
Is this the question you want to ask?
Same question is you said that they are killing the company, but you're the head of the company. The buck doesn't stop with you?
I acquired X in order to preserve freedom of speech in America, the First Amendment, and I'm going to stick to that. And if that means making less money, so be it.
He didn't answer the question.
At all.
Yeah.
And listen, it's not a bad question to ask, but I guess, you know, you can watch the full interview. And Elon Musk said he pulled the plug after Don Lemon was dull and underwhelming, and that he had no wish to indulge in Don Lemon's approach, which was basically just CNN, but on social media.
Well, that sounds like a projection, because Elon was kind of dull and underwhelming, in my humble opinion.
Yeah, he could have livened it up.
Yeah.
Sometimes when interviews are dull and underwhelming, you need to liven it up as the person being interviewed.
Yes.
All right, now Beyoncé is talking about why she decided to make her Cowboy Carter country album. By the way, that is coming out on March 29th.
Yes.
And she said her latest project was born out of an experience that I had years ago where I did not feel welcomed, and it was very clear that I wasn't. But because of that experience, I did a deeper dive into the history of country music and studied our rich musical archive. And you know, this is why we are now getting a Beyoncé country album.
She's clearly talking about, right, the CMAs when she did that collab with the Chicks, right? Mm-hmm. And we could see, remember in the audience, you cut away and people in the audience were noticeably like irritated that she was there. And there's been this history in country music of black people not being accepted.
And
so
also,
I'm happy for her.
You could have a whole country song and they'll be like, this isn't country
right,
music. If
because
you're
it's a black person.
Even if it is.
And there are so many talented black country artists. So I'm happy that by her doing this, she's liberating and giving a spotlight to other black country artists. I love that.
All right. Well, that is your Yee tea. And when we come back, we have Under the Radar. These are the stories that are not necessarily in the headlines. They are flying under the radar. AI, whether or not you like it, it's here to stay. And YouTube is going to have some requirements now when it comes to AI content. It's Way Up. Under the Radar's next.